We live? Ben, we live?
We live.
Come on. Good morning, everybody. It is the 9th of March. Welcome to The Pulse. We're finally here, Brent.
Mm-hmm.
The heartbeat of every conversation is finally here. You know what I'm saying? The heartbeat as... Oh, man. It's been a long time, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it
saying?
has
A long
been.
time building. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so happy that we've got this additional part of the platform.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Why? So that we can have conversations, man, real conversations. Conversations that are not limited by, I don't know, like certain things that during the day, you know what I'm saying? And certain forces at play, you know what I'm saying? And it's one of those situations where you just know everyone is going to be welcome. This is not about everyone agreeing with each other. You already know. In fact, I think I'm probably the quintessential example of you don't need to agree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's one of the exciting bits about this because you can decide who stays or who goes. And your policy, everybody goes. You welcome diversity of thought.
100%.
Right? If your argument doesn't stand up to scrutiny, then what are we doing even talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about what you are going to bring to this channel. We're going to see a different side of you. And it's going to be professional too.
100%.
Because you're not a little boy.
At all.
You're a big man.
Big man.
Yeah, with big thoughts, big plans. So
Thank
I'm
God.
excited to see who you sit opposite. I'm excited to see who joins you virtually. I'm excited to see and hear who calls up and engages with your thoughts. You know,
It's going to be a good one, man. It's going to be a good one. And even as you're saying that, I'm thinking about all the other people that's going to be in the post. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just focusing on you because you're in front of me right now. But as the weeks go on, as the months go on, and everybody starts their shows one by one, it's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Obviously, my workload is going to be mental.
It will be.
But yeah, man, it's going to be so fascinating. And our ability to react unprompted to anything that we want to, and put those particular faces behind this particular microphone to address what we want to. Oh my goodness.
100%. Like we said before, like a big motivation for even TMB existing is so that we can document black experiences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Us being not just the subject of the conversation, but actually controlling the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Be the ones who actually lead, you know what I'm saying, the charge and make sure that we bring people together, our people together, and make sure that charge and make sure that we bring the thoughts, our people together, and make sure.
I was waiting for the first hiccup.
I know that I guess the issues that are on people's minds, man, and in their hearts come forward, and we're actually the ones who are facilitating that dialogue. You know what I'm saying? We're using our bully pulpit for good. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, as we're progressing, and this somewhat ties into the topic I want us to have today, we're getting into certain positions of power. You know what I'm saying? Whether we tend to see it or not, and actually feel the actual changes, we're getting into certain positions, man. And for example, even 20, 30 years, something like TMB wouldn't have existed
At all.
You know what I'm saying? So you've got to big up certain people like Bernie Grant and our auntie Diana Ben, other people who you know what I mean, like lay the path and whatnot. And obviously, when you speak about media as well, you can't forget about The Voice. You know what I'm saying? Who are still here. You know what I'm saying? But all of these things are necessary for us to get to this point where we can say to ourselves, we've created a platform where you guys who are listening are not just people who are listening at the door, but you actually come in and engage. You know what I'm saying? So essentially, this platform is for you guys, man.
It literally is built
100%.
for them.
100%.
Literally.
It's the heartbeat of every conversation, man. And we want to be at the center of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like Brent was pretty much saying, we've got an amazing team of voices, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the list.
All right, so I mean, look behind you. They can't see what's behind you.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful to look at. Essentially, what I'm looking at are pictures of all of the presenters so far. We have Temi, who, God willing, on Wednesday,
Come on.
well, I don't know if it's this Wednesday, it could be next Wednesday, she's going to be introducing her show, Annotated. That is exciting, because she's even asked me already for some feature, right? And I have to find out how to basically incorporate that. And obviously, nobody heard a little jingle this morning. Nobody heard or saw any sort of transition screen. You're not going to see any of that until it's done. You understand? Bit by bit by bit, this particular show or channel is going to grow production-wise.
True indeed.
Right? But we definitely needed to start when it is we said we were going to start, which is today.
Yes.
So please bear with us as it is that we look to flesh out this particular channel to its the status it needs to be at. So there are quite a few presenters behind, and each of them are powerful in their own right.
Yes, indeed.
And there are a few more left to come. I say that only because current conversation with them. But I appreciate the fact that everybody's answered the call, to be honest. In their own way, they're going to be bringing their own storm to this particular channel. It's going to be amazing. It's really amazing.
A bit of a side note, yeah. I don't know if you're a bit of a numerology guy, you know, see patterns and feel like there's meaning in certain numbers.
11.
Things like that.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But obviously, as you guys know from TDA, I engage in supreme mathematics. You know what I'm saying? Today is the 9th of March. Do you know what that signifies?
No.
Born. It's the born day.
Born
Birth.
day.
You know what I'm saying? Did you know that, Brent, before?
I didn't.
You didn't.
I
But
didn't.
yet the show started on what? The
Yeah.
born day.
All right then.
Listen, don't sleep on the nation, man.
Oh my
Don't
god! Obviously, this is not my show, so I could pop whatever you want off.
Anything I want. I'm gonna have everybody subscribe to the nation before you guys know it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like we pretty much said before, man. Different opinions are welcome, man. One big topic, but many different perspectives. And typically, well, everyone's show is gonna be different, guys. My show, essentially at the moment anyway, because it may change, it may evolve, like us, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously human beings are animals, but we're a different type of animal, right? We have law, order, structure, things of that nature. But I say all that to say this. At the moment, I'm going to have a show where over a certain amount of time, if you're lucky, it might be 2 hours, might be 1 hour, depends on what you guys say, welcoming the feedback and whatnot. But I'm going to have like an overarching topic for the day. But I want to break it into 3 segments, essentially. So we're going to hit everything from different angles. It's not going to be a situation where we have a long-winded conversation in one direction, having one train of thought, you know what I'm saying? But trying to encourage conversation from different angles. Because again, as pretty much Brent intimated as well, and I've said many times on TDA, I'm not for just having dialogue with people who just think like me. It doesn't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? All of us have got different experiences. Yes, we're one big black community. At least that's the hope, right? But we all come from different worlds, different ethnicities, different ages, different genders, different sexual preferences, different all sorts of things. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's imperative that in every conversation, a lot of that representation is brought to the forefront, right? So with that being said, today's topic, right? I since it is the debut topic, right? I was thinking to myself, let's have a topic about progress. You know what I'm saying? How do we feel us as a community is progressing? You know what I'm saying? What does progress look like to you? Do you feel like the black community is surviving, or do you feel like we're thriving? You know what I'm saying? By the way, the Discord is open, people. The Discord is open. Please join the Discord so that you guys can call up and we can have a dialogue, man. I wonder who's going to be the first person to christen the show.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much the question. The first question is, what does progress look like to you? So if you're one of those who believe that we're not just surviving, but we're actually thriving, what does that look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's making you say, yeah, we are actually thriving, compared to maybe when you was a child, or compared to our parents' generation, or compared to our grandparents' generation? You know what I'm saying? You maybe came here in the 50s and things of that nature. What does it look like? 'Cause to me, anyway, you have to look at certain things like education. How many people are actually going into formal education, completing education? Because not too long ago, we were, if I'm not mistaken, probably still are, the biggest group that goes into education but doesn't finish education. You know what I'm saying? So you already know from that stat alone, they're trying to put a big F on us. we're failing in that particular area. And this is obviously going to be represented in different areas of life. You know, the media is going to use this, well, their media, so-called traditional media, the antiquated nonsense, right? They're going to use to kind of pigeonhole us and frame us in a particular way. But more and more, I'm noticing that more of us are going to university, man. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, Black and Asian students have seen faster growth in university participation than white students over the past 2 decades. That's what you don't hear, though. You understand what I'm saying?
Why do you think we don't hear this?
There's an agenda, man. There's an agenda. You know what I'm saying? They want people, especially in the rural parts of the country, who still believe that Britain is the most powerful empire in the world, and voted Brexit and subscribing to reform and restore UK and things of that nature. They want them to still have that old, antiquated knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Where these people, where the UK is just doing us a favor. They're not seeing that without us, things will be drastically different. And I think that's part of the narrative. You know what I'm saying? We often talk about white supremacy and certain structures that are in place that obviously you can't see on a day-to-day necessarily, but you feel, right? And they want to keep certain things in place, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important for us to always challenge that, but recognize how they're doing it. What's the mechanisms that they're using to do this? And I think a lot of the time it's not just what they put out there, but it's what they leave out. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely something there that I would basically look at. Education. How are we progressing with regards to education? Cultural influences. I think everyone can point to this, right? In fact, I feel like sometimes we point to this so much that we overlook those of us who are doing amazing in other areas of life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 100% we're at the forefront of music. We already know. You know what I'm saying? Grime, UK rap, Afro beats, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that stuff is seen on a day-to-day. People are experiencing, interacting with, being involved in on a day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? Fashion. You know what I'm saying? Fashion. Again, we're leading that as well. Big up Sarah Amma. You know what I'm saying? Part of TDA community. Killing it in the fashion. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many areas of life. Sports as well. I think the other day we were talking about the discussion of what would the England team look like if black folk weren't in it. You know what I'm saying? Will they be able to field a strong 11? Maybe so. But there's a reason why the strong 11 right now has so many black folk in it. You know what I'm saying? So, again, like, we're doing well in so many areas. But I'm pretty sure if we take some time to actually think about certain things, we may say that we're lacking in certain areas. There's a reason why we have so many contentious discussions about particular things and how we don't gatekeep and how we're still having stupid conversations about genders and sex and relationships and stuff that takes us away from spending time coming together and building. You know what I'm saying? Entrepreneurship. I think that's up as well, man. I think it's up. Of course, it depends on the circles that you're in. But entrepreneurship is definitely one of those that's up. Apparently, around 250,000 ethnic minority businesses operate in the country, right? That's contributing to £25 billion to the economy. £25 billion to the economy. Around 30% of black Britons considered starting a business. That's almost double the entrepreneurial interest of many other groups. 30% of us are saying, let's go into business. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that because it means more people are not relying on let me not say the Labour Party, but the Labour Party and government policies. You know what I'm saying? We're doing for self.
Question.
Yes.
First of all, an observation, right? When I clip stuff up, right, I'd want you to be looking right at the camera, right?
Okay.
I'm conscious that you are looking at me, but people don't know until it is I talk.
Sure.
You understand?
Okay.
So pretend like I'm your guest today, right? Eman.
That's my name.
Who did you vote for last?
What's the name of that party? The Workers' Party.
Why did you vote for
George
the
Galloway.
Workers' Party?
You know, the thing is, I like what George Galloway stands for in part, yeah. I'll be honest with you. Some of the things at the time I've forgotten about. That was July 2024. But I like his stance in it. I may not agree with everything. He's very socialist. But he's a strong man. He's principled in certain things. And again, even if I don't agree with you, I still feel like he was a good alternative to what was out there. I wasn't going to vote for reform, obviously. In fact, it's not even obvious. I shouldn't even say that, right? Because obviously, for some reason, some people feel like my policies align with reform. Absolutely not the case. I've critiqued reform many a time before. They don't have people at the moment anyway who I think are competent in many areas. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it doesn't even make sense. Which is the reason why it's so crazy that potentially they will be the next government.
I happened to see a clip go viral a couple of days ago, and it was Lin May. She was handcuffed to a Green Party member, I think.
Okay.
I think it's Greens. I don't know. And in this clip, she said that she would vote reform.
Yeah.
Right? On this show, are you going to be pussyfooting around your political leanings?
Impossible.
Are you going to essentially, because there will be a little chaos, a little noise in the run-up to the next election, right?
True, indeed.
I don't know if it is that Sir Keir Starmer has long left, right? Are you going to be bolder on this particular platform with your particular leanings than you are? Because I've watched TDA every single morning, right? And you're also on that show, but you're amongst others, right? And it's a different role you play. I've kind of realized you ask questions just to provoke conversation, provoke diversity of thought. Do we have that to look forward to on this show?
100%.
But no, I don't want this. I want you to be bolder than you are. I want you to tell me, make a case for what you believe in.
Do you know what the thing is, though? I hear where you come from, right? But I don't really believe in telling people what to do in terms of choosing a particular stance. I want to try and be that person that provides you with information about all stances. If I feel as though all you know is 95% of one thing, I may try and give you 95% of the other thing. That's the reason why you hear me talk so much about the other side, because I feel like you don't know about the other side. You just care about the old way of thinking, the old way of doing things, and the old way of not done anything for you. Today, we spoke about a gentleman who's part of, what's the group? I can't remember the name of the group, pardon me. And he said, the Labour Party is pretty much done, man, with regards to the black vote. That's for a reason. Again, not to make this about myself, but I like to think I contribute to that. You know what I'm saying? Because they've just been relying on us to vote for them for years, and they don't do anything for us.
Do you believe that black people shouldn't be voting for Labour over the last 10 years? As in, they shouldn't be supporting Labour.
I believe black people should know who they're supporting and know the reason why. It's not a case of don't support Labour. It's me saying, vote. If you're going to vote for Labour, know why you're supporting Labour and why they're better than everybody else, and genuinely believe that they are better for you and your family and the community.
Over the last 10 years, they have offered some sort of opposition. Yeah. Have you been impressed with the opposition?
No.
Why haven't you been impressed with that?
Because I feel as though they've not done anything that's creative.
Would you tell me that coming into a room with you? Would you share that knowledge with me?
100%.
So
I do it on TDA.
I take that as you are telling me Labour don't have enough for us as black people.
Yeah, no. I say that very clearly. I think I say that
and that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's
right.
Happening.
Because that's a statement. You did say, sorry, it's your show.
No, I was just going to say, but I'm not necessarily saying vote for so-and-so or remain with Labour. My thing is, I don't think they've done enough. I don't think these lot have done enough. But what's better for you right now? My issue is that black folk tend to just vote for Labour Party because our parents did during a different time, and we're just carrying on that legacy. And we're not actually thinking about if they prioritize us. We have far more power than we actually think, and we're just giving it to them, and we're getting nothing back. That's my issue.
As of this born day, Supreme Mathematics and
peace.
Which party do you feel prioritizes us the most?
It's a tough one. What I would say is, it may sound like a cop-out, but it's not. As you know already, I don't cop-out ever. But my thing is, I'll answer it like this. I think none of them do. And I don't think we should be waiting for any of them to do so. That's basically my stance. I don't think any of them do. I think all of them are cognizant of the fact that we're only 3.5% of the population. I think all of them recognize that our votes, to some degree, from their perspective anyway, matter only in certain parts of the country. And that's not enough to win an election. I think also in terms of our interests, most don't care. I think it depends on particular constituencies. That's when they might prioritize you. But at the same time, if you are a sizable population in that particular constituency, then if you've traditionally voted Labour, they're expecting you to do it again. You know what I'm saying? Seldom do you find people who are like, okay, cool, I connect more with the actual leader in that constituency, that MP, as opposed to the party. So look at Corbyn. Left the Labour Party, but still won for Islington. You know what I'm saying? As an independent. Cool. But some people will be like, okay, cool, I'm not voting for Corbyn, or I'm not voting for this individual. I want to remain in the party. To me, I saw that as progress, because you believe in the person and what the person stands for. Is that always a good thing? No, because then you get into the whole populism nonsense. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why I think Reform has done so well, because of Farage. People like Farage's charisma. You know, people like Boris Johnson's charisma. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you get some issues. But I say all of that to say this. I don't think anyone prioritizes us. My thing is always choose. You should think about choosing a party that will prioritize itself, and from the policies, which ones are the most important ones for us, so that if we vote for them, there's a lot to gain.
So I want to tune into your show as a black person living in the UK to get guidance as to where to cast my vote.
Okay.
In order for me to do that successfully, I would need for there not to be any doublespeak.
Okay.
It needs to be clear for me,
Cool.
only because my brain is different, right? Can I trust this show to deliver that for me?
100%. But I don't want to hold anyone's hand, innit? My thing is, if I feel like maybe Reform is talking a lot this week, for example, about something that we need to know about, I'll bring that to you. If I feel like Labour's doing well or talking about anything, I'll bring that to you. I will always challenge, no matter what the party is. I'll always challenge their policies. I'll always look at how effective their particular policy will be for us. As you guys know, my thing is economics is life, and life is economics. That, to me, is priority. But economics doesn't provide for your moral guide. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel like, okay, cool, morality is the number one thing for you, or the only thing for you, then you may vote for a party that will tell you about how wonderful heaven is and how we could one day bring this to earth, but never get into power. But inside of your spirit, your soul, you feel, oh, I'm justified in, voting for them. I can sleep well at night. That's good for you. For other people, it might be, how can I make heaven on earth? Which requires freedom, which requires an understanding of the economic world. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's where I focus in it. And so my thing is, I believe wholesale, none of them prioritize black people in this country. So how can we benefit from the policies that are put out there?
Okay. So Lynn May said that she would vote for Reform. You just noted that Reform have been doing well recently.
Yes.
Have you been impressed with Reform's growth?
Impressed with their growth? Yeah, 100%. Because how does a party start so recently and yet has done crazy with the numbers?
At this point, if we were to vote tomorrow, right, which party would you vote for?
I'll need to look at the policies. I don't know off the top of my head. I might go Workers' Party again.
Why did you vote for him the first time?
I liked his stance. And also, it was an alternative. I don't believe in Labour. I really don't.
Why?
My thing was trying to vote for a party that I think other people, that would bring awareness to other parties. You know what I'm saying? Did I think Workers' Party was going to win? Of course not. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we need to know other things exist. This is why I'm happy that the Green Party is doing so well. Big up Lavinia. This is why I'm happy that people like Lavinia have joined in the Green Party, and we can get some sort of representation and ideas for the black community within that party. You know what I'm saying? So that if it is a party that can potentially, I don't know, become the opposition one day, we know that there's people in there, ideas in there that are being pushed to the forefront for our betterment. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what the party is. You know, I just care about certain things that's going to benefit us. That's what I care about.
So right now, because people are going to be looking at your channel for direction, right? Black people specifically, because that's what you're signaling whenever it is that you are sat on that seat. So right now, if they were looking to you for a steer, what party would you tell them to vote for? No, this is you don't have a choice now. This is your responsibility, your duty with the microphone in front of your mouth. It's the beacon.
Right now, I would say, understand I'm choosing from a batch that I don't have as much confidence in. I say that respectfully, but also I see that as also a positive thing, because it means there's a lot more potential for everyone to do something that's going to benefit, most of the citizens. I might say Green Party. The reason I'll say Green Party, though, is because I feel like that party has, obviously, besides Labour, has more black people moving into that. That means we can have more numbers there. That means we could do more things with the Green Party. Do I believe in the policies and the economic reasoning of the Green Party? At the moment, 0%. Just being honest, respectfully. Is there room for growth and improvement? 100%, though. 100%. So I'm cool with that. But the reason why I'm saying the Green Party is because they seem younger, vibrant. They're willing to open up their doors, it seems, to the youth. And there's, I think, more opportunity for change in it and to shape the party today. And if it is that more of us are already going there, why not bring more people there? We need an alternative to Labour. 100%. And we need it ASAP. Because Labour only won because Conservatives was bad. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why they won. You know what I'm saying? So we need a party that's going to come in and do something for us. That's what I would say.
Okay, thank you.
But you mentioned Lin May, and obviously in the whole reform thing. I wanted to read out her tweet, right? And she said, people upset and dragging me on Insta, TikTok already because I said I would vote reform in the TV show Handcuffed. Let me make this abundantly clear. I will vote for any party who lowers tax, scraps IR35, supports smaller landlords and puts Britain or the British people first. And that includes lowering immigration, cutting foreign aid, getting people off of welfare and not involving ourselves in war. If that happens to be Reform, Restore, Conservatives, Lib Dems, Labour or Greens, I'll vote for them. I don't care who. No party has my loyalty. And no one on this planet can make me feel bad or shame me for my politics and beliefs. No one. I don't vote based on race or culture. If your entire life is based on the color of your skin, that's you. But you can't project that onto me. I think and do what's best for me and those closest to me. No one else matters. I vote based on my self-interest, just like most people do. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like more people need to have that approach. This may sound controversial, but I feel like more people need to have that approach. Am I saying everything she said? No. But generally speaking, I don't care who. No party has my loyalty. None of these parties care about you. They don't care about you. We're 3.5% of the population. You have to do certain things that's going to benefit you, your family, and our community. How long will we try to appeal to whatever government's in power, asking for help, whilst every single year they remove money from the public services? You know what I'm saying? Let me read some of the comments, right? So, big up Izzy. He says, should we abandon our own individual principles if the majority of black people want the polar opposite? MJT says, see what capitalism does to people. All to protect the interests of the bourgeoisie. I respect the class loyalty, though. Why do you see this as a capitalism thing? And how this is why capitalism does this stuff? Why can't it just be that someone has a different opinion to you and they recognize that without capital, you're done for? Like, you complain about stuff. We complain about public services. What goes into public services? Money. If there's no funding, nothing happens. You know what I'm saying? It's literally that simple. So, like, there's certain things that I feel like we're on one side about, and we don't understand the ramifications or implications or particular viewpoints that we have. Because of that, you close the door to recognizing how much more of life you can actually occupy and experience. The mind is just closed because you feel like capitalism is the most evil thing in the world. It's just an economic thought. That's all it is. That's all it is. And it believes in ownership. If you don't believe that individuals should own certain things, that's fine. You don't have to. Are there bad capitalists? Of course there are. Are there bad socialists? Of course there are. But for some reason, people don't ever think there's bad socialists. You haven't seen that the tens of millions have died because of socialism? Like, we just need to do a bit of economic history as well. We just need to read a bit more before we start saying this devil is worse than this devil. You know what I'm saying? If you see them as devils, fine. But then try and do something for yourself rather than thinking that a socialist policy is going to help you. It's not going to help you. The government's always going to do particular things, sometimes for your benefit. When I say your benefit, I'm talking about the citizens' benefit. Sometimes they're infiltrated by particular powers. We know the Sam is listening right now. There's certain people. If you're part of TD, you know the Sam is, right? There's certain people who are listening right now who have infiltrated particular positions of power to push their agenda. Yet you are appealing to a government for assistance when you know that they've been infiltrated. There's certain things that we have to do. To really equip ourselves for tomorrow. And I promise you, reliance on the government is not one of those. It's not one of those. It's going to be a bit of a plug, but it's a slogan. It's the framework through which I see the world. Freedom. Your freedom is capital, guys. Freedom is capital. It is the thing that you need in this world to operate. You know what I'm saying? But every day we're trading away our freedom. We're outsourcing all of that to governments. You know what I'm saying? We're asking for higher taxes. It's like the thing is, yeah, many of you will think you're not asking for higher taxes, but you are. Oh, tax the rich and do all that sort of stuff. But where does the money go? And that's my issue. My issue is not that you shouldn't tax the rich necessarily, but if you're going to, where will that money go? You saw a perfect example. Everyone cheered on our good brother Marcus Rashford when he appealed to the government to do something for those kids who were, was it out of school or something during COVID and needed assistance. Look at the amount of money that the government has charged us for, by the way. We all got the bill. And this is another thing that people don't recognize. You have the bill. You're paying for that bill right now. You know, like with a mortgage, yeah? I don't know, you buy a house that's worth, I don't know, whatever it is. You have £350,000 to pay over a certain amount of time, 25 years, for example. You've got interest rate of 3.79 or 4%, whatever it is. You're paying what you're paying. You need to obviously look at how much money you're paying back. You know what I'm saying? The last time I sorted out my mortgage rate, yeah, about 2.5 years or 3 years ago, I was paying about, well, I am still paying before, I'm about to change it soon, almost 1.9 a month, yeah. Oh, the interest on that alone is about 1.5. So to the actual repayment, you're paying only a fraction. A good 80, 75%, 70% of that is just interest payments. That is linked to particular things, policies. I say all of that to say this. That borrowing is not just a bill that you get right now. And you think, yeah, you borrowed 350K for your property. The bill, because it's not paid off, there's interest on that, which is going to follow you for 25 years. Do you know what I'm saying? In that example. The bill we got for that policy that was changed, or that thing that door was open, that opportunity that was open for the Marcus Rashford initiative, is a bill that we're still paying. Am I saying that's a bad thing? No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's a bad thing, however, because of what we got for it. I'm not saying what he did was a bad thing. I think it's a beautiful thing. If you can appeal to the government to do something for you, beautiful, especially if it gets delivered. But if it is that you are now getting in your box 2 onions, a carrot, and a can of peas, and over the course of however, yeah, on average, you're paying £10 for that box, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? And this is what you people are asking for. This is what you think is a good alternative. You know what I'm saying? MJT said, "I wish the phone lines was open, man." They open. They open. Let's not act like it's not open. It's open.
Are you saying that he's afraid to engage?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying they're open.
I need to put a signpost at the side of you, like a little graphic that says Discord, phone number, email, so that it's on the screen all the time. But I don't think he knows that he can talk to you right now.
Oh yeah, you can. I'm here.
It's pinned to the top of the chat. Just click the link. You can go through to the Discord, join the stage, the Pulse Hotline stage, and let's hear what you have for Emmanuel. Now, he did ask a question here. Why do you think the Black Panthers chose socialism rather than capitalism or Sankara or Kwame Ture?
Firstly, big up those amazing men. Kwame Ture, formerly Stokely Carmichael, Thomas Sankara, one of my heroes as well. Black Panthers, big up Huey P. Newton and them man there. These are legends, but you have to look at the day and time that they were in. Black Panthers were more communist as well. But that said, it's because they had that belief system in community. Socialism presents that, right? The reality is, how effective is it? And that's what economics to me is about. It's not just about your intentions. It's about how effective the action that comes about from your intention is. You see what I'm saying? When they were doing for self, for an African paradigm, the Black Panthers, look at the Chicago chapters. Look at the different chapters around America. You know what I'm saying? That the Black Panthers was controlling. Beautiful. They was doing work. You know what I'm saying? But remember, that's a chapter. That's a small community. It can work like that. When you're talking about the entire country, when everyone's feeding in to this economy, and you are a small percentage of it, and you are asking for those at the top who don't like you, unless we're going to have a conversation about whether they do or not, who don't give a damn about you, right? Who gave you recent memory, the Windrush scandal, yeah? The same people, you're asking for them to come and help you. You're asking them, yes, tax the rich, as if you're going to see a penny. What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm saying to you, the person who is in charge of your household doesn't give a damn about you. The best thing is to leave. You know what I'm saying? Or do something in your household where you start, almost like the Vatican. You know what I'm saying? Almost like, big up the legendary Fela Kuti. You know what I'm saying? Who had Calcutta in his own compound, where it seemed as though, okay, cool, we're going to have our own government here. If you operate in that way, it can work for you. But when you have so many people who are contributing to the economy, and you don't understand the invisible hand, you don't understand the different things that go into prices, that go into buying things, the reason why prices go up, the reason why things go down, the reason why there's monopolies and why there's maybe a lack of competition, the reason why there's import and export tariffs and things are being subsidized. If you don't understand all those different things, and you think the answer is just to tax people, we have an issue. We have an issue. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I simply believe in any government. Let me not say any government, but pretty much, I prefer a government that tends to take a step back. You know what I'm saying? From intervening in the affairs of everybody. Certain policies, certain areas of life should be handled. You know what I'm saying? Certain areas should be handled. We need healthcare. We need emergency ambulance services and fire brigades and police. We need those things. But certain things where they really try and get into our inner business, it's not right, because they mess things up, even if the intention is good. You see what I'm saying? And Lynn May spoke about she spoke about self-interest. All of us act as though we don't have self-interest. I'm not talking about greed here, but all of us have a certain degree of self-interest. I quote this all the time, every now and again. Adam Smith, the legendary economist, said it's not out of the benevolence of the butcher or the baker that you get your meat or your bread. It's out of self-interest. If he had nothing to gain for opening up a shop to give you meat, he would close it down. You would have no meat in your house. You would have no bread in your house. There's something to gain. And if you for some reason feel like, oh no, that's greed, and no, it doesn't work. I'm not saying people should exploit people, but what I am saying is to increase your chances of having a better life, of being financially independent and less affected by all the nonsense that happens in the world, you have to take control of your own destiny. You cannot believe and allow it to be tethered to a government that does not give a damn about you.
You have you've observed Lin May's political takes over the years, you know, in and out, right? Mm-hmm. If you had the opportunity to start your own political party, would you be part of your cabinet?
I don't know if she would subscribe to what I subscribe to.
Why? What's different about?
I think for me,
what you're on and what you think she's on.
Because I think she, like you said, she's self-interest, but I have an affinity to the black community.
You don't think she has?
I don't think so, no.
Why is that?
Because she says she's not black. She said I'm mixed. I'm just as black as I am Pakistani and white. I'm not mixed with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm a black man, pro-black activist, melanin jam-packed. You may not agree with my position, but I'm 100% committed to the black community.
Do you think that's fair?
What's fair?
That assessment of her?
No, I'm based on what she said. I'm not making it up. I'm not plucking from the sky.
I don't think she's run away from saying that she has black in her.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I'm saying that her commitment to the black community might just be as much as it is to the Asian community and to the white community. So there might be things that might pull you in different directions. Nothing pulls me anywhere. I remain in the black community from when I came here. You know what I'm saying? From when I came here, I've stayed here. You know what I'm saying? It's you people that's been coming in and out thinking it's better over there. There's nothing better than what's here. So, but my thing is, how can we, as a beautiful, creative, limitless people, do for self? You mentioned before Sankara, Kwame Ture, who are socialists. Why didn't you mention Marcus Mosiah Garvey? One of the greatest Pan-Africanists black men that's ever lived. He was a capitalist. He said, if you do not subscribe or understand or even just take the opportunities of capitalism, you're basically just somebody who's just going to just float in the wind. So when we start to use people, Pan-Africanists, people like, again, Sekou Toure, Kwame Ture, Sankara, Julius Nyerere, all these people, Samora Machel, all these people who are socialists, to then say, yeah, socialism is the best thing, Kwame Nkrumah, socialism is the best thing. Understand there are also black people who were devoted to the cause, who are capitalists, who believed in doing for self, who said, let's be entrepreneurs. We need economic self-reliance. Name a group that's been more effective for black folk than the UNIA, Marcus Garvey, than the NOI, Elijah Muhammad. Both of them said, do for self. None of them appealed to the government, you know. Said, guys, we need help. No. They had black folk doing for self. One day, very soon, I'm going to come on this show and tell you about the achievements of the NOI during that time when they pushed economic self-reliance. I'm not saying they don't now, but during that time where black people were really waking up in the 50s and the 60s and 70s, you see the laundress, the bakeries, the restaurants, every single thing you needed in life, schools, everything you needed in life was owned and controlled by black people. Did they ask the government? Did they ask the US government? No, they didn't. You see what I'm saying? No one is perfect before people start nitpicking on certain things. No one is perfect. But again, we're all, at least I hope, we're all in our different ways striving for better. I'm just trying to say to you guys, I think some of the things that we've subscribed to for the last 20 years, 30 years, however old you are, we have to review, man. That's what I'm basically saying. We just need to review it. I'm not saying capitalism is better for you, no. I'm just basically saying it potentially could be. Look into it. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. Because you've been thinking a particular way for X amount of years, and what has changed for us? The areas where things have improved is because sometimes we took things into our own hands. There are more black people having businesses. when TMB grows, there's going to be black people with jobs. There's going to be opportunities. You know what I'm saying? That we're going to lead people in various areas of life for them to have complete self-reliance. So that a war on Iran or a war on which other nation that the US and Israel want to wake up and feel like they're a threat doesn't affect us as much as everybody else. Am I saying it won't affect us at all? No, I'm just saying we can put certain things in place to buffer the effects of these things so that we're not suffering like the rest of the population. Because again, when it comes to the entire population, being 3.5% of it, most things, they're not going to consider us. So we need to do certain things for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So we have a solid bunker. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say to you. Doing for self is the only way, man. Representation is good, but ownership is everything. But yes. Guys, we're going to have to wrap up, man.
So just so I'm clear, she wouldn't be part of your cabinet because you feel she's anti-black.
What? I never said she's anti-black. I never said it. I know a lot of black people think she's anti-black. I've never said she's anti-black. I just don't think we would see eye to eye on particular things. Like I said, economics doesn't provide a moral guide, innit? Again, I'm not saying her morality is in the bin. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just trying to say, in terms of my morals and the things I care about black people first and foremost. And so even though I may think something's not the most effective and efficient thing economically, I'm okay sometimes with having a particular hole in that bucket for the betterment of us. You know what I'm saying? The NHS, for example. I believe we should have an NHS. Do I think it's the most efficient? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's because we don't know the cost of every single appointment that we go to. That's why you feel like it's the most efficient thing. But there's a reason why the NHS is suffering like this. Besides the fact the government's not putting more funding in. Instead they're funding stupid wars. Cool. But there's a reason why it's not doing what it should do for all of us. And we feed into this. We feed into this. NI, we feed into this. Pensions, we feed into, and none of this is guaranteed, in the future, None of it is guaranteed. We feed into this nonsense. So again, that's just my viewpoint. We're going to be here for many years to come. You know what I'm saying? God willing. So you're going to hear a lot more. For a lot of you've heard most of it on TDA anyway. So yeah, you're going to get more of it, man. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm not opposed to having conversations with anyone. Any black person that wants to have a conversation that they genuinely believe can progress our community. Oh man, I'll sit down with you anytime. Anytime. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. I just don't agree with a lot of the things that we traditionally have subscribed to. You know what I'm saying? But if someone can convince me, man, like I said before, man, my religion is progression. I'll drop my belief system in a heartbeat if yours is better than mine. You just need to prove it to me, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't sell me a promised land where you ain't never been to. Especially if you've been looking for it for 40 years. Don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, guys, it's been a good one. But we got to wrap up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think, when should we give them the next one? Are the comments going to be open? Patreon, write in the comments when you want the next one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Write in the comments when you want the next one, and we're going to make it happen. I'm
going to see if I can get Linmi on.
Come on. Big up Limbe. Let's see if she can
You've
come
said
on the
enough
show.
for me to entice her. So I'll do the clipping and whatnot.
Come on.
But thank you very much for tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna get so much better.
Indeed.
And y'all are at the start.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are at the start, and we appreciate you greatly for that.
Yes, indeed, man.
Tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, I'm going to make sure the production gets better. Make sure there's a jingle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure there's a voiceover, some vox pops and that. Yeah. I'm going to make sure that we have the number ready. I'm sure a couple of people that wanted to test out today. Yeah. I'll make sure I'm not in the room, obviously, because each time it is I'm in the room, he's looking at me, talking to me, innit? So I don't even know yet if it is he can handle it by himself. I don't know. I don't know.
You're going to see, man. You're going to see.
But we appreciate it greatly. So, again, Emmanuel, you got to sign out. It's your thing.
Yeah, man, people. Thank you for tuning in to the Pulse. You know what I'm saying? The beacon, my part within the Pulse. It's gonna be a powerful one, man. The beacon is that guiding light, man. You know what I'm saying? And that light is operated by us. It's not by one person, it's by us. You know what I'm saying? Even that is a socialist principle. You know what I'm saying? I just believe all of us should own the bloody beacon. You know what I'm saying? Rather than the government telling us when we can use it and where to shine it. So signing out, people. Been a blessed one, and see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.
Yeah, chills, man, chills. This is gonna be powerful. I'm waiting for your first guest. That's when it is you're gonna flex differently.